to the channel. So it is Monday morning and I'm currently on my second week of holiday from work and my first week of holiday from my own business, and we have a training session. So yesterday was zone 2 endurance strength training session, which I'll go into just shortly. The weather is absolutely terrible today, obviously being in coming into now mid-October. It's not good, strong wind, quite cold and rain, but we have a Zwift training session today. So today's training session is going to be a 10-minute warm-up, and then we're going to be in zone 3 for 20 minutes, but using overgear work for muscular endurance strength training. And then it's literally a 5-minute recovery and then back into another 20 minutes, zone 3, big gearing, muscular endurance strength training. And then we will be cooling down for 5 minutes, high cadence, super easy, zone 2. And that's it. That is ultimately it. So as you'll have seen from my previous films, I don't want to keep waffling on about it. I had my 2-week break, but got the flu, and it was the flu, as I've mentioned in previous posts, nothing else. So that's taken a bit longer to recover from than I first anticipated. It's very, very important not to get worried and over paranoid about the time off the bike, because I'd effectively had my 2 weeks rest, but then the flu. So when you've got the flu, your body's fighting, so technically it's not a rest. So I needed to give myself an extra week, so ultimately 3 weeks with no bike riding or training. But because of my engine, etc., you know, it's not that you can't get too worried about this. I did manage to fit in 2 rides towards the back end of the 3 weeks, which was actually a bit of a mistake, because although I felt quite good during the ride, later on I didn't feel so good. So that was telling me I hadn't actually given myself enough time to recover. So a top tip is, the day that you feel okay to start training, or if you're not training but to go back to normal way of living, lifestyle, workload, etc., the day that you feel like that, always give yourself an extra couple of days just for a double check and just to recover and make sure you're fully recovered before you start back into any form of physical activity, training, or high stress environment. Okay, everybody is slightly different. I probably did things a little bit wrong, if I'm being brutally honest. You know, I just kind of kept going in terms of the other aspects, not necessarily training. So we're going to start to build back up. I don't want to go into too much detail at the moment because COVID is a very big unknown. I have a very busy lifestyle, you know, obviously family, priority, work, because you need to work to support the family, have my own business, which is just myself ultimately, doing some form of consultancy in my spare time, and training, which is also spare time, ultimately for fun, but it gives me benefits. And I have a cycling background over the last 25 years, which seems a very long time now. So I want to kind of keep pursuing that, and I still have some unfinished business with cycling. I'm obviously going to be 43 upon my next birthday, so by no means old. And in terms of endurance cycling, absolutely fine, but you do, I mean, I wish I was Peter Pan, and sometimes I act like I'm Peter Pan, but occasionally you do start to notice some changes and some slight changes, especially towards recovery and high intensity load. So this morning I've been completely lazy, breakfast in bed, just chilled out, watched Sunday night's Top Gear, which I didn't get the chance to watch on Sunday night. And this week's going to be all about coming back into training very gradually, building back up. And then in February, so mid-October now, in February I'll assess my condition, because I have a challenge that I would like to do and take part in. I'm not going to announce what that challenge is yet, because there's a lot of variables that could actually make it go wrong, and you never plan to fail. So I'm being very cautious on what I say about this challenge that I would like to do, because the big dependent's going to be COVID, and obviously my lifestyle balance, as well as can I get the load of training in that I need. I know I can be quite fit quite fast, you know, give me a good 8 weeks and complete following structured training program, and I can get very fit. But the type of training I'm going to be looking at doing to get ready for this potential event is probably going to take about 18 weeks of work. I've got the Strathpuffer 24-hour mountain bike race back in January, so absolutely looking forward to that. If it goes ahead because of COVID, we'll see what happens then. It's a few months away yet, but you never know. You just don't know. So as you'll see, I'm wearing Pedal Power skin suit at the moment, about to start my Zwift training session. Absolutely love Pedal Power, one of Scotland's biggest bike shops. Super excellent service. They've helped me out to no end, but obviously, as you know, I race also for Team Blanco, which is kind of myself, my friend Carl, Andy, Steve, Dennis, Ollie. It's all our own racing team, so that's really good. So we've got some new kit in for Team Blanco, so this will see me through the winter very nicely. So let's get jumped onto Zwift. Okay, so that's us now on Zwift. And we've just started the warm-up. Just literally started 24 seconds in. Gonna warm up. It's actually a 12-minute warm-up. And then we'll move into zone 3 for some big gear torque effort for 20 odd minutes. And then short recovery. And then back into it again. And then a cool down. And that's us done. And that's us done for today. So just building back very gradually, being careful not to overtrain, coming back after the break and a little bit of illness, which is quite common. As I've said, a lot of athletes, bike racers tend to get their illness when they actually rest and stop doing things. So just setting it super easy, 150 watts, and start warming up, going through the zones, and then we'll crack in, so catch up shortly. Okay, so that's us done, finished the training session. We're steaming up a bit. Sorry. So that was an hour and 6 minutes with 2 sets of the intervals, as I had mentioned previously. So yeah, that was okay, but sorry, we're steaming up. But there was a lot of heat build up in the turbo trainer, a lot of heat build up even in the garage, even though it was pretty cool to begin with. So yeah, pretty hot. I didn't use a fan. Next time I need to use a fan. So yeah, no, it was okay, it was good. So thank you very much for watching. Just a little insight into the training and a typical day when I'm not actually working. And so thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.